What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, freaking Friday. Look at all those smiling Friday faces out there. It's Drake Takes, and we are doing some Empire, the Ghouls tonight. We've got all the players, and I am a player tonight, but DM Matakuri is our dungeon master extraordinaire for tonight, and I'm gonna just turn it over to him. Go ahead, Matakuri. It's all
All
yours.
right, thanks, Drake. So welcome. This is session 8 of Empire of the Ghouls. Things are starting to pick up. You spend a little bit of time wandering through the Temple of Morena, the cult of forbidden ecstasies, and you managed to save the councilwoman Malanka after realizing that she wasn't actually dead, but was heavily drugged up. You spent some downtime, kind of managed to clear up the whole kidnapping thing of Rosalind, um, and learned that the cult was using Malanka to spread misinformation and hatred towards the kobolds and dragonkin in an attempt to turn the eyes southward instead of towards Morgau, which is to the north. As always, we're using Fantasy Ground, Sirenscape for sounds, and all that good stuff. So right when we ended last time, the party had been you all gotten together, and you were each kind of doing your own little activities. And one day, as you were getting up to kind of greet the morning and getting your stuff ready for the day, you received an urgent knock on your door of your inn. When you answered the door, you saw a dapper looking
Oh yeah.
gear-forged man standing there. And he was tall, gangly, kind of made of brass and wood. And unlike the picture I just shared with you, this Gearforged was wearing the red and gold robes of the Rava clergy, um, and has a bronze spider hanging around his neck. It's one of the holy symbols of the Gear goddess. And in a tiny mechanical voice, he introduces himself. He introduces himself as Pious, and he excitedly invites you to accompany him to the Temple of Rava to meet with the High Priestess on a matter of the utmost importance.
How weird is this on a scale of 1 to, oh my God?
None of you have ever been directly called out by the high priestess of a religion. Certainly not here in Zobek.
At least
Why
not in a good way.
It is my experience. It's foolish to disagree and not show. Quinn says. Ooh. What attire should we wear? Just launch off of his
He
shirt.
looks flustered a little bit. He says, your attire is irrelevant. And you do notice he's carrying a little slip of paper in his hand. He seems to kind of be holding it, and it's kind of rolled up in his hand.
Can I try to, not rudely, but just take it out of his hand, kind of like impetuously?
He looks down at you because he's considerably taller than you. He kind of looks down at you, and he doesn't want to let go of the paper, but he says, "This is why you are summoned." The Clockwork Oracle spat this out last night, and he hands it over to you.
The Clockwork who?
The Clockwork Oracle. Everybody give me a religion check. Let me push that to everybody. See if any of you know who the Clockwork Oracle is.
I have a -1 in religion. I'm like, bleh.
He was just a regular Clockwork Gearforge, but they set him ahead 2 days, and now he knows the future.
I probably rolled a 20 though. That's usually the way it goes.
All right. So surprisingly, the newbie to the town, Tarian, knows the most, but the unnamed also is familiar with the term the Clockwork Oracle. Here in Zobek, Rava is one of the primary deities of the town and is heavily worshipped. And one of the largest temple in town is the Temple of Rava in the religious district, temple district. And the Clockwork Oracle is a event that happens in the town, in the temple, where the goddess Rava actually communicates and gives instructions, sometimes gives quests, gives important information. And it only happens once every 60 days. And it's a really, really big deal in town. Tons of people come to try and get their questions answered by the Clockwork Oracle.
Yeah, that's right up the unnamed alley. It makes sense that he would know about that.
So taking a look at the little piece of paper that he handed you and told you that the Clockwork Oracle had spat this out last night, you open it up and it just has a list of your names, each of your names, all 5 of you.
What does it say under the unnames, or does it just say to be determined, NA?
TBD. And as you're looking at it, he's almost shaking with anticipation. This Gearforged, and he says, "This is most unprecedented."
I hope that's not a grocery list.
Will you accompany me?
Sure.
All right. So he very quickly leads you towards the temple district, towards the Temple of Rava. And as you get close, it's something you recognize. You've seen in your wanderings around the town, although I'm not sure if anybody has been in the Temple of Rava. But this is the Temple of Rava.
Why wouldn't you
From the
go in
outside.
there? Wow, that thing's badass.
Yeah. It's an amazing structure. And from the outside, we'll get some Sirenscape going here. From the outside, you can hear just this low-level humming of gears turning. And there's a large crowd assembled outside, people who are milling about. There's acolytes, and you see a bunch of what look like merchants and other people. There's just a throng of people trying to get in, arrogant nobles and whatnot. And so they lead you into the temple. Give me 1 second here. Kind of a big map coming your way.
It sounds like one of the sounds I used on Avernus. One of the sounds
Probably.
for the what was the thing we had?
The those car thingies, yeah.
Tormentor. It was a tormentor. Yeah.
Tormentor, yeah. So he leads you in. Pius leads you into this to this gear area, to this temple, and the main entrance is again thronged with people, and they're the this front area. He describes that this is the hall of the Patronus, and all along the walls are examples of the city's just beautiful craftsmanship and paintings of Zobek. Its founding, and history are all over the walls. And there's just tons of people trying kind of get in and might make their way in. So if you guys could wander around that centerpiece for a second.
Are these guards or something?
Ah, yes. I didn't know. Why aren't they more visible? So guarding the area, and they're kind of blocking passageway to most of the throng, you see two of these, one on each side. These large, hulking, they look like steam-powered golems with axes on their arms. And they look like they're ready to do violence to anybody who tries to break past them.
Blink wants to go up and inspect these things. He's admiring the craftsmanship, which I'm assuming is fairly high quality.
Yes, they are extremely high quality. They're large. They're like 8 or 9 feet high. These big hulking things of metal with gigantic axes on its arms. And the gear work is just intricate. You see this plume of steam coming out of the pipe, kind of out where its head would be. And you think that attacking it would probably be a very bad idea.
All right, he's just looking at it, admiringly, appreciating the craft that went into it.
All right. So with Pius accompanying you, they allow you to pass, and they don't get in your way at all. When you get around there, you do see that there is a stairway going up, and standing up at the top of the stairway is this woman. And she is fully decked out in the robes. As you see, there's red, gold, and blue robes with just this gorgeous headdress that she's wearing, holding onto a slender iron staff topped with Rava's red and gold gear, holy symbol. And she invites you to come up the stairs and thanks you for coming.
Vesco is actually surprised they don't have an escalator with everything else they have.
Quinn says, I think we have our own tablet.
And I'm in my full vestments, per usual.
Okay.
She's got tablet.
So as you get up there, she welcomes you, and she introduces herself as Lena Ravovic. Try and pronounce that. Let me type that in the chat. And she introduces herself as the High Priestess of Rava among the humans. She has a counterpart who is the High Priest of Rava among the dwarves, but she is the High Priestess of Rava among the humans. And she stands at the foot of this astonishing rotating mechanical device you see ahead of you. Can you all see that big gear in the center?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's cool.
there's this beautifully intricate design. Blink, you've never seen anything like this in your life. This is way beyond anything you've ever experienced. And as you get up there, the noise starts to change a little bit. And gears start ticking, and you start hearing more and more sounds coming through from this thing. And she turns to you and says, "Today is one of the high holy days when the gear goddess herself inhabits the Clockwork Oracle and makes pronouncements to a select few. Word soon gets around that the Oracle is ready to speak, and as you can see, we are inundated with supplicants. As a priestess of Rava, our role is to determine who is worthy of an audience. Shortly after midnight last night, the Clockwork Oracle awoke and whirred into activity and produced, and she shows the same paper that you saw that Pius had. This scroll appeared in the Oracle's mouth. We found it coiled up, resting on its wooden tongue. We asked around and learned that the names belonged to the valiant adventurers who recently put an end to the evil plots of the Blood Sisters and their ghoul allies beneath the city. Now, Pius has brought you here to speak with the Clockwork Oracle, as it seems it has something it needs to tell you. Come, follow me and hear what it has to say." And she invites each of you to make your way and stand at one of the podiums around the circle. Each of these is a little kind of a standing podium with a little gear mechanism at the end. And she asks that each of you stand at one of them.
Near the outer.
What's that? Right where you guys are. Yeah. Perfect. After each of you gets into place, she kind of says a short prayer, and the sharp tang of metal and oil fills the air of the cramped, low-ceilinged chamber. The back wall is covered in silver dials and actuators and golden balance wheels and bronze pistons and gears. And at each of your at each location where you are standing, there's a small kind of a gear mechanism that has a face. And the oracle's mouth opens and speaks in a rasping mechanical voice coming from each of these spots. And it says, "They are here. Good." And the Clockwork Oracle falls silent, apparently waiting. Lena, the priestess, whispers to you, "Each of you should ask the Clockwork Oracle one or more questions that you may want answered." She warns you that it normally only answers one question for each supplicant, so consider your words carefully before speaking. Then again, she says, "This whole business is rather odd, so perhaps the usual rules do not apply."
I'm going to ask her why she brought us here.
After you ask the question, the gears begin to spin and whir and come off with this really odd sound. And right in front of you in the mouth, a little piece of paper spits out, and printed across it, it says, "The ghouls are stirring in their tunnels beneath the earth and will soon rise. They must be stopped, or Zobek will merely be the first of many to fall."
Does that spit out in my area or everybody's
Yes,
area?
just in yours.
Is there like that? It's one of the people I could pass the message on so we can all get the answer.
You can read it aloud. I mean,
Okay,
that's
everybody
fine.
could hear me if I read it aloud.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's noisy, but you can hear each other clearly, even despite all of the racket going on.
I want to ask where I can find the people in charge of the Cult of Forbidden Pleasures. If I can.
Okay.
Vasco wants to party.
Second.
No, that's my question. I'm asking the Oracle.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So when you asked the question about the Cult of Forbidden Ecstasies, again, there's this odd whirring noises, clanking sounds going on, and you get the answer in your little thing. It says, "The Cult of Ecstasies belongs to the goddess of Morena and is within her realm." And the unnamed, you ask your question. Did you want to say that aloud, or?
I'm saying it in I had typed it in the original language, but I'm speaking in a northern tongue, which is called Enochian.
Okay. So you go ahead and ask your question, and I assume nobody else understands that language. And the goddess does not answer. The goddess is silent.
No buffer
Blink
overflow.
will say, we have heard we have heard you tell us about these ghouls, but why us? In a city of this size, there must be greater heroes than us that could deal with such a threat.
Yeah, man, we only level 3.
Noises continue. And printed out in all caps across yours, "Fate has decreed it."
I'll read that out to everybody.
Who's fate?
All right. Quint, so you go ahead and ask who in the undead army has to die for the war to end. And the gears whir and clank. And on yours it says, "The ghouls hunger for flesh, and their hunger cannot be sated. Recover the holy robes of Sister Adeline. Use it to stop the dark wedding, then defeat the leader of the ghoul uprising." Put that one in the chat for you.
Nice. That's like the big quest button. There it is. Where's my
All right, I'm going
notes?
to try to ask another question, and Blink says, "What are the holy robes of Sister Adeline?"
Okay. and the gear goddess is silent.
Is that because the DM doesn't know, or just check it? Just check it.
No,
We
not because
we
the
just
DM
don't
doesn't
get
know.
the information.
Not
The
yet.
gear goddess says, "I haven't read that far in the module yet."
Yeah, that's chapter 9. You're not quite ready for that yet. I just been prepping 3 sessions ahead.
So, Blink will try to ask one more question and say, "What is the dark wedding?"
Okay. And as you ask that question, the gears kind of grind to a stop,
Shit, I
and
broke it.
you hear something clanking coming from deep down beneath the gears, and it's like this boing sound of like a spring popping out of place and a gear
That's sweet.
stripping as it goes by too quickly. And you see something moving in the mass of assembled gears down below. And after a short time, something climbs up out of the gears. And what did I do with? There it is. And oddly enough, the thing that you see climbing out, there's this little furry monkey that climbs out. It's got a bowler hat on, and he's got a little vest on. He's got little oil stains dripping down, and he starts clambering all over the place. And you notice he's got a little hammer in his hand, but the hammer's just coated in something. You're not really sure what. It's brown, and he jumps off the gears and runs over and throws the hammer at you, Blink. And it bounces off you, leaves a big smear down the side of your cloak, and then runs over and wipes his hands on the unnamed legs,
Vestments.
and then quickly jumps back down into the gears and disappears, and then it starts whirling up and continuing again.
And there you have Grease Monkey Clyde, brought to you by Ingorgio in the chat. What's up, Ingorgio? Monkey poo slinging fool you.
So, I sometimes wonder if when stuff like that happens, we're used to it because we've seen him like 8 times now, and so we're like, oh yeah, him again, and everybody else around around us is like, what the hell? I've never even seen a monkey before. Where did that thing come from?
I always imagine no one else sees it but us. Like,
He's the imaginary monkey.
yeah, like Snuffleupagus. There's only a
You're
few people
haunted.
that can see Snuffleupagus. Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch. That's about it. That's pretty much it.
All right. Any other questions?
I'm going to ask what her favorite song is so I can play it.
Sesame Street.
So you ask her for her favorite song, and
It was handy. The button was handy.
it was.
I'm gonna ask where we should start looking for the holy robes.
Okay. And again, the gear starts. And on yours, it comes out, it says, "Seek the robes in the fallen kingdom of the mermaid." Now, Quint, you immediately recognize that phrase, the kingdom of the mermaid, because that is an old historic term for the kingdom of Cracovia, where you are from.
I will say, Quint will say, the kingdom of a mermaid refers to the fallen kingdom of Cracovia. But I, a rebel in that cause, I know people still survive. It seems we may take the Shadow Road after all.
And after this, the gears do kind of slowly wind down, until they cease all movement. And the high priestess, Lena, bows and says another short prayer at the pulpit and asks that you accompany her, that the oracle is done for the next 60 days.
That monkey's got to fix it, right? Got to wind it back up.
He's got to grease it up with some brown grease.
Are we like tone deaf now because we've been inside this thing? Like, can you hear me?
It was loud and distinct, but somehow all of you could clearly hear one another. The acoustics were just perfect for each of you to communicate from your points around the mechanism.
It's like the children's museum where you talk into the one funnel and at the other side.
Right. So yeah, she invites you into one of the side rooms. I'm just going to turn off line of sight because. So she invites you over into one of the side rooms to talk to you and ask if you have any further questions that she might be able to answer. She, of course, does not have all of the knowledge of the Clockwork Oracle.
Is there any allies we could seek in the Kingdom of the Mermaid? My buddy Rebel's old hometown. Do you have any temples there or something where we could seek shelter if things go sideways?
Well, many of us have abandoned the kingdom when it was taken over by the undead. Perhaps we could find some secluded shelter here or there. I am familiar with the castle.
I didn't know if they had like missionaries or like little refugee camps. I don't. No offense.
There are a number of refugee camps around Cracovia. Although the undead have taken over, they do tend to keep the humans around as feeding stock. And so there are still many pockets, many communities of humans that are being kept as livestock.
Perhaps we can find some mice among the survivors.
Lena turns to you and says, are any of you familiar with Sister Adeline?
Describe her?
Yeah.
The unnamed and Quint, go ahead and give me a history check. Or religion, your choice.
Same difference. Hey, that's not bad. Quint's like, I did read a book once. Just so happens to be a book on this subject.
Who was left in an outhouse.
Yes. I think.
Okay, so neither of you are familiar with the name. Lena describes to you, she says, Sister Adeline is a name that is known to us. Sister Adeline was a shield maiden of Sif, who fought against the undead at Morgau, at Jarlsberg, in Cracova. That's why you were the only two that rolled. She slayed the notorious vampire Lord Otmar, the Sallow, before dying heroically in battle about 10 years ago. She has since become a symbol of hope and defiance to those who stand against the vampires, and has been declared a martyr by Queen in exile Ursula of Cracova. She does not know, she explains, she does not know where Sister Adeline's robes might be, where they would be at this time, since it's been 10 years since she was killed in battle with the vampire. But she explains that the The dwarves of the Black Canton of Grissol in the Iron Crag Mountains have been battling the undead of Morgau and Doresh for centuries and possess a wealth of knowledge on ghouls and vampires. I recommend that you travel to Grissol and ask the dwarves about the holy robes and where they might be found.
Does Lascar get a feeling like she's 100% a religious person on the level, or are we pawns? Can I do an insight check to see if I'm being
Sure.
played? Just because he would play somebody else. Oh, whoa, that's terrible.
You have no clue. She seems absolutely 100% on the level.
I get distracted by her fine robes.
Yeah. However, all of you that were from Zobek, you absolutely know the importance of a quest assigned by the Oracle and the consequences of refusing to carry it out. Exile is a certainty. Being accosted by zealous Gearforge for sacrilege is a high likelihood.
Sounds like a hassle. Yeah, I'll accept.
Yes, we don't want sprockets up our cracks.
I don't want to get beat up by those 2 kegs you have in the front lobby.
Yes.
Quince kind of asks Lena, we are not exactly equipped for long distance travel. Is there any maps or means of transportation that we might be offered?
I can share with you a basic map of the region of how to get to Grissol. And I do have some resources that I will share with you so that you can procure whatever is needed for your journey. And she kind of walks over to one of her desks and pulls out a small pouch. And I'm going to throw this in the inventory. There is a longsword in the inventory. Does anybody want that, or?
That's
Sell it.
I bought a longsword and then I decided I didn't want it, so it's for the party. Yeah, sell it.
All right,
Party
it is
loot.
sold. And the pouch that she hands you is actually quite large and contains 2,000 gold pieces.
She's like dragging it across the floor.
All right. And she says that you can use that to prepare yourself and procure whatever you need for your journey. She does urge you to get started, as the journey to Grissol is long and dangerous.
Looks like we can hire a carriage, though.
So to give you an idea of the journey, share a couple of maps with you. So this is the map of the region, and I've drawn the road out in red there. You guys are at the yellow spot with Zobek. And the road heads north up to Obertal, which is kind of the edge of the influence of the Zobek. I'm going to share a second map with some coloration that shows kind of the political boundaries. So just after Obertal, right as it nears Silbertal, it enters into kind of Badlands. There's no single government or group that controls that. It's wild and dangerous country. And the Black Hills are actually where a lot of the wild halflings are from, similar to Tarion. The wilder halflings are from there. Then it goes up to Gunnix, which is one of the dwarven cantons that's there. And then shortly after that, it gets up to Grissol. As you can see, Grissol is right near the border of Doresh and Morgau. It's also kind of this green, darker green up there is Dornig, and there's constantly battle across them. Grissol is heavily religious, with a full 1/10 of its population being clerics or paladins or the like.
And it's between 3 war-torn countries.
Yes.
So it's the Middle East.
But it's primarily holding off Morgau. But she said if you take a look at the map, the hexes are 1 day's worth of travel. So the total journey is approximately a little over 400 miles and will take you about 18 days to travel the entire way there.
Walking or riding?
At the standard pace. If you have a other form of transportation that has a faster movement speed, that's assuming the 24 miles per day standard.
Well,
a mile an hour. A mile an hour.
Yep.
Will last smaller
3
blink
miles
have
an
any
hour for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And if you push longer than that, then you build up exhaustion and whatnot.
Is this road a road? Is it like?
It's a road. Yeah, it's a road. It's a road. It's the North Trade Road, and for some of it, it's really hard to see on the map, but it runs parallel to a large river in a number of spots. But yes, it is a road.
Now, is it possible, since this road goes so far out of the way, to just take the river south? I mean, or
No.
in the case, north?
The travel along the river wouldn't be possible. There's too many obstacles in the way. The road is the faster and safer method.
And the DM doesn't have any pens on the river, bitch.
Right. I don't have any river maps
I
prepared.
don't have any river maps, damn it. The road's the only safest route. So our first stop would be Oberstadenhain 9 or Obersteinenau.
Obertal.
What?
Oberstenau is just a single castle along the way. Obertal is an actual kind of settlement.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 days away, and that's another town.
That's a small town, smaller. Yeah, it's a castle with a surrounding community, and that's kind of the limits of Zobek's political influence.
So we could probably like hitch a ride over there if we wanted to with a caravan or something. Or do we want to get horses? Do we want horses?
Yeah, with 2,000 gold, we can probably hire our own caravan.
Yeah, you just spent a bunch of time working as guards in a caravan.
We know
What
how
kind
to
of
guard
caravan
them.
do you want to build?
We know how to guard caravans.
Yeah, I'd actually kind of like to see if we could find, since you guys have guarded a caravan before, seems like a good protection for ourselves is to be guarding somebody else. Worst case scenario, we just run away, right?
That's a good point.
It is the summer season, so a lot of traffic is coming to Zobek to come here for the trade. There's a big trade market that's going on right now. So yeah, there are going to be some caravans heading the other direction. If you want to join one of them, they'll slow you down considerably.
Oh, well, I was just thinking about staying under the radar since we're already getting a lot of attention by having the leader of Rava come and shoot fortunes out of its mouth.
The goddess Rava itself speaks through the oracle.
So it's just like the movie Big, basically, is what you're telling me.
We should have asked the Oracle if we needed horses or not.
Robo horses.
Me personally as a player, I don't really care about horses. They just slow you down. There's a pain in the ass.
If you get horses, then you have to keep track of your feed and you have to keep track of your what.
What about a
horseshoe
mechanized cart?
A steampunk freaking.
There are no mechanized carts. When you entered into Zobek, you discovered that one of the new things that they've come out with is a mechanized horse. but they are very new and very expensive. There's only a small handful of them in the entire city.
It costs 2,000 gold.
Exactly.
Like closer to
2001.
10,000.
You have to wonder about their priorities. They have an upright steam tank with axes for hands, but they don't have something that can just propel wheels.
What time of day is
Gotta
it?
protect the Oracle.
There's no money in wheels.
Yeah, it's like the Incas and Mayas who had like
Go
wheels
back
on
to
their
Henry
toys, but
Ford.
no real toys.
What do we have for healing potions? I have 2 healing potions. Regular. Quint does.
I don't have any.
I have a potion of growth and some of that red juice.
I have 1 potion of healing.
And that's it. So we got 3 potions. We should probably get more potions. Is there a possibility of getting potions in town?
Yeah, anything from the player's handbook.
Oh, well. Spend your hard-earned gold then. 50 gold, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm
And
gonna buy 2.
Yeah, I'll probably buy a couple too.
Me as well, since everybody else is drinking. I don't like to be left out.
yeah,
We have
does
a total of
anybody
4 healing
need
potions.
the
You can
item?
look in the party inventory and see what everybody has.
Yeah, I'll buy 1 more too. Get
I didn't
loaded
want to
up
go
before our
snooping
trip.
around. Quint says I didn't want to snoop through their stuff.
Meanwhile, you've got them all fully inventoried out. And... yeah, so anything in the player's handbook at player's handbook standard prices. In fact, you can give yourself a 10% discount because you guys are famous now in Zobek.
Ah, since I already bought mine, I have to buy something that's worth 10 gold.
Give yourself back some gold.
No, I'm gonna. I do own
Are
a
we able
healer's
to get
kit.
magic
I
items?
do recommend healer's kit for everybody. It's kind of foolish not to have one. You could save someone's life by just using 1 charge.
Are there any bags of holding available?
Um,
I have extremely low strength. I need something to carry my stuff in.
It's either the bag of holding or this donkey.
Or a
Is
belt of
this 8
giant
gold?
strength, that would work as well.
This is 8 gold. This could be 500. Or a belt of giant strength. That's fine too.
give me a second.
Where
I did
the
not
hell-
prepare a magic item shop. Shame on me. But let me see.
You were giving us 2,000 gold. You should have expected. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I get you. So yes, there is a bag of holding available if you would like to purchase one. Actually, I'm just going to say any of the uncommons. If you want to purchase any of the uncommons, tell me what you want to purchase, and I'll throw it into the shop.
Let's see how much it is, because
Yeah, it's going to randomly generate a price.
All right, I want to go for the bag of holding for 70 gold. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Put it
Bag
in
of
there.
holding's already in there, so whatever price is there is there.
Oh,
What about a ring of protection?
it just says bag. It's not ID'd yet. That's why.
Oh, sorry. There you go. That's a ring of protection is rare, not uncommon.
All right, let's screw the DM. Boots of flying, baby. Let's see how much they are.
Boots. Oh, they're called winged boots, not boots of flying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, winged boots.
All right.
The snowy. Oh, Jesus. I'm buying them.
Gonna buy the.
I need to borrow 17 gold. I borrow 17 gold, please?
Yeah, I'll give you 17 gold.
What about the cloak of protection? Is that, or the ring of luck? Pretty much anything gives you +1 armor class, +1 saving throw. Those
Cloak of protection is uncommon, so I'll throw that in there.
I have to convert some coins first.
I have minus 27 gold. That's pretty funny right there. Got to give myself 27 to make it even.
See, unnamed been hoarding.
I can't carry around a bunch of gold. I've got to carry platinum.
Yeah, because I mean, in my mind as a player, I imagine the coins weigh a pound for every 50 coins, because that's kind of the general idea.
How much would a magic battle axe cost? Because I do have one
weapon.
that Matt made me, but then he could make somebody else's stuff magic.
And can you identify the cloak, please?
Sorry. Yep. So a battle axe is fairly expensive. 473.
I don't want to spend all my gold.
Blink or last call, any uncommon items you might be interested in?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, there's just does that ring of luck qualify or no? Is that not uncommon?
The Ring of Luck? There's no Ring of Luck.
Okay, sorry. I'm crazy. Oh, can I ring of mind shielding? Is that, can we see how much that costs?
Sure.
I like to lie. I'll buy it.
437. Okay.
I don't know what I need right now. I had not thought about magic items for this character at all.
That's all right. You'll have plenty of opportunities to gain more over the next few levels anyway, so.
Sorry, I accidentally closed the. How do I open the store thing again? I had too many windows.
There you go.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Is it like a flea market? Is that kind of what we're like perusing, like a flea market?
You would actually be in the arcane, the arcane university area would be where you would be finding all of these. There's a collegium district that houses a large university of arcane studies. So you would find little traders here and there that had some of these items.
All right, I'm not going to buy anything right now.
Okay.
What does Clint know about traveling the Shadow Road?
The Shadow Road, you get on and off the Shadow Road only at certain points, areas where the Shadow Road is near. and it's dangerous. It's very different, but it's also much quicker. You can bypass a lot of the intermediate danger, and you can pass through a large or a long distance relatively quickly over the course of days instead of weeks.
And is there like knowledge of how to where these points are and how to get in and out of it that Quince
You
has?
don't
Or?
know. You don't know of any around here. The points that you are more familiar with, when you traveled, are up towards Krakova.
So I would know some exit points up there, but no entrant points down here.
Correct.
So if we
The
find
closest point that you know for sure is near the Black Fortress. There is an entrance to the Shadow Road near the Black Fortress, which is just north of Grissol.
Well, if we have to go into Cracovia, then we might want to head that way after we get to Grissol. It's a dangerous road, but very fast.
What about a stone of good luck?
Stone of good luck.
You
Sure.
might
There you
need
go.
that
It was
on the
something
Shadow
luck.
Road.
The Shadow Road may be fast, but I'm happy being half-assed.
Stone of good luck, 346.
It's carved stone. You have to ID it. There you go.
Yeah, what the heck? I think I'm going to buy that one. Oh, while we're at it, how much is a Cloak of Billowing?
That's not uncommon.
Can't you
I
make
think it's
stuff like
common.
that?
I can make certain things, but Cloak of Billowing is not one of them. It's a very specific list.
I don't have that module loaded. Is that Sword Coast Adventures Guide, I think?
It's in Xanathar's,
It's in Xanathar's?
I think.
Well, I have Xanathar's loaded.
It's a wondrous item. Common.
It's not in Sword Coast Adventures Guide. Where is it? That's odd. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it's
module
supposed to
that
be in
is.
Xanathar's Guide to Everything, according to 5e Tools.
I don't need it or anything. So.
Well, how are you going to look dramatic?
Yeah, this tiny, dumpy kobold covered in just dirt and grime, looking with his cloak billowing dramatically.
Definitely. Let me unload and reload Xanathar's and see if that... There it is. Cloak of Billowing. 68 gold.
I want to buy 10 of them and make a sale. No, I'm just kidding.
That's pretty fun, but I think I'm going to save my gold for now. So just
Yeah, 68 gold seems kind of a lot for right now.
But it's so much fun.
Yeah, just for fashion.
Yeah, for just wasting your bonus action. Just waste it. I'm just wasting it.
I'm not wasting it. I'm making my cloak billow dramatically.
So I'll give you 15 gold to go toward that if you want.
No, that's all right. Thanks, though.
I give you 12 copper.
All right,
All right.
so let's go over logistics. You guys are going to be traveling along the road. Are you going to be following the order set up in the? There is no formation set up. So let's go ahead and set up your watch order and a general marching formation in the party sheet.
Lasco would like first watch because he doesn't wake up well.
Because he's hungover.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, he's going to be drinking during first watch, so.
Quint's got dark vision, so he'll take third.
All
I'll
right.
take
So last
second.
call was which one?
1. Tarian
Arian is
2.
2.
Quint 3. Blink 4, and the unnamed last. Does that sound good, guys?
Okay.
And then for traveling, I think we the road is wide enough to travel single file, or
It's wide enough. Most of the road is going to be wide enough that you could travel 2, 3, 4 wide. It's a
Yeah,
fairly large road.
we have to do that because otherwise we won't be able to hold hands.
and we are walking, right? Put Quint in the back. Well, wait. Should we have somebody who can talk? Who's the greeter of the party and the one well-met traveler
Drunkard.
Hail
that
and
has
well met.
probably the highest? What's that thing called?
Last call is our mouthpiece.
Reputation,
I'll
or
be
what
15
is it
feet in
called?
front of everybody, just playing the theme music to the party as we enter, like any area.
Yeah, you do have social status,
Yeah.
and all of you have gained in social status since the last time.
So where do we have access to that? Do we know what that is as characters?
It's on the message of the day. There's a link to it.
Your social
I think.
status? Yeah, it's shared with you.
Oh man, I'm as fancy as a bishop or bandit chief. Quint is even fancier, but he hates attention.
Yeah, Quint and Laska are both kind of up there with their social status.
Ooh, I just
Getting a
got
name for yourselves.
Yeah.
Ship or army captain, mayor. I need my gavel sound.
I'm going to be a ship mayor.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. I think that works. Last call in the front, Blink or Quint in the back, and then
Somebody with high perception maybe want to walk up front with Laska? I don't have amazing perception.
Quint's pretty high
Oh, yeah, I
perception.
have +3.
Quint's perception, he's in the back though, but I think that's
Yeah.
about. He's probably got the highest with a +5. He's double trained in it.
Yeah, I have +4, so I'm not terrible, but
I'll walk up front with you so I can be intimidating if your charm doesn't work.
sounds good. Tiny muscle.
Or you could jump on him and fly off, like.
All right. So you guys go ahead and get yourself squared away and start on your journey. So we'll do some random encounter checks as we go along and see what you come across on your journey to Grissol. The area here is kind of a nice foresty area. There's, it's fairly easy road here. It's been well maintained by Zobek and the region. That may change as you get further out, but day 1, 2. on the 4th day, you guys have gone up and you are just kind of before Obertal, kind of right near Obsternau. Oberstenau is actually a mine. I misread that. So Oberstenau is a mine. Obertal is a castle surrounded by a small community. But you guys are traveling along, and you pass the occasional caravans coming through with goods, and everybody give me a perception check. Let me push that for you.
Whoa. As a bird flies into the unnamed's face, we all see it, except for
I
him.
have a name.
All right, so
A bird.
Quint, you and Lascaw and Terrian all kind of spot off in the distance two little specks in the air kind of flying towards you. And after a couple of minutes, you recognize that they look like Griffin Knights. Knights who ride griffins. You saw them all the time in Zobek. They were stationed on the big the military complex there, and they patrol the roads and patrol the areas. And you see two of them coming towards you.
Uh,
I'm gonna wave.
will-
Hello.
I will let Blink and the unnamed know. I'll point them out since they're looking the other way. They're watching a squirrel or something. I don't know. Like, there's some griffin riders coming this way. My first instinct is to hide, but I am a shadow elf. That's what we do.
They do seem to be coming straight towards you, like you suspect they've spotted you.
I don't totally suspect that. I guess I could go.
That's true.
So that's why I'm watching them. I'm like, I guess we're not gonna hide then. I'm gonna slip my bow
I
off
think
my
it's too late.
back. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm taking my bow off my back.
All right. So after a few minutes, it becomes clearly obvious as in front of you, a griffin with a knight on it lands, and one right behind you, a griffin with a knight on it,
Like on the road, like.
like on the road. Yeah.
I told you we should have hid.
And although they're off to the side, the knights are riding the griffins. And so the one to the north of you
Did you push
is,
us a map or something?
yes,
I meant to.
yeah.
We have blink screen loading. Oh, there it goes. Oh, cool map.
All right, so you guys are kind of in a little mountain pass as you're heading up the road, and the griffins land in front of you. The one in front of you is a guy. He's elf marked, so kind of like a half elf. And the one behind you is a female human, and they have like little holy symbols on their neck, and it's one of the war deities, like Thor, um, there on their neck. And the one to the north, the guy looks down at you and says, "You there? Where are you traveling to?"
North, my friend. Why do you ask? I'm gonna be super friendly and evasive.
"Well, you have passed into our region, and as required, you must pay a toll."
Oh, I didn't know you had a region. Are you a lord?
"Yes, I am Sir Gizmondo of Obertal.
I'm not gonna laugh
My
at that name.
companion is Lady Edeltrod."
May I ask what the toll is for 5 innocent adventurers?
It is 20 gold apiece.
Oh, that seems pretty steep. We're not traveling caravan or anything. We're just going north.
Ask him if we get griffins for that price.
My friend wants to know how much your griffins cost. I don't know if that's related.
They should be included for that toll.
The toll includes not only passage on the road, but possession of a crossbow and wearing a hat on Moon Day.
Is he wearing a hat?
He is not. His cloak is pulled back. He is wearing a cloak, though.
I'm going to ask him about cloak taxes.
So Quint's gonna look over at the lady that's on the griffin behind him. What's she got for weapon and armament? Does she look like she's wearing any regale from like a guard or?
So she is wielding a great sword and has a heavy crossbow hanging kind of on her griffin. And they're both wearing what looks like noble regalia. They're fine clothing, and they're both wearing plate mail.
Are we actually in like the area that we would know a noble actually operates? You know what I mean?
So you haven't made it quite to Obertal yet, so you know you're still within the region of Zobek, right? So there will be people who are over the castle and over that region that kind of rule the local area. You haven't passed beyond that into the wildlands yet.
When we were traveling with the caravan, did we have to deal with anything like this?
You never traveled north. Your time in the caravan was primarily spent to the south. And while you occasionally ran into guards, you were large enough that most of the time you weren't bothered. I mean, you did have occasional skirmishes with little things, but
I'm going to offer him, instead of paying the toll, I have this magical sphere that vibrates in the presence of great nobility. And it's going off now. You could use it to make sure that you are always serving a true noble. These are all lies.
give me a deception check. All right. So he looks down at you and, Birdman, hand that here.
All right.
That will be part of the toll that you are required to pay.
That is
He
worth
reaches out his hand.
60 gold, though, just so you know.
I will be the judge of that. Actually, my lady friend, hand it to her.
It's 80 for her. She will enjoy it awesomely.
As he passes me, I'm going to hold my holy symbol and look and say a quick prayer and touch him and give him some allure.
Okay.
This magical nobility sensing sphere is particularly popular with female nobility.
All right.
You can add a d6 to that if you want.
I do.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a d6. All right, an 18. Very good. So she takes a look at it and looks over at the other gentleman. I'm not sure if this detects nobility or not, but I like it. Maybe we'll just charge them 5 gold apiece. What do you think, Gizmondo? And he's like, he looks at her. All right, 5 gold apiece it shall be.
That pushes us to the limit, but I think we can do that, guys. Right?
I will have
I
to give you an
suppose.
IOU.
All right. I'll cover my friend Quince, and we'll pay your toll. Thank you for being so polite about all this.
Thank you, and have a safe journey through the mountains.
When last call's like giving her the deal and stuff, was she attending her coin purse very well?
Give me a insight check.
Insight. I have no clue.
Yeah. No clue.
I mean, do I see a coin purse?
You're not even sure she's really there.
Right? I'm like, that's a pretty cool little vibrating thing. I'm enamored by it.
You're
What is she
more
gonna do
interested in
with that?
Griffin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they take the gold that you cough up, so everybody can deduct that from your character sheets, and they take the little marble sphere, um, and they fly off. You hear them chuckling as they leave.
Quint, do you need me to actually cover you or not? I can.
Oh yeah, Quint has he borrowed 17 gold from Tarian
All right.
earlier.
Yeah, I can cover you.
Oh yeah, which I forgot to get rid of, so I'll also spend my 17 for you.
Thank you. If we don't give it away to any old highwaymen that travel along this road, we probably will be better off.
All right. So you finish up the rest of the day. You do end up in Obertal. Did you guys want to spend the evening there or push on?
Yeah, we
Do they
want
have a
to
cool
ask
tavern?
around if there's any Griffin riders that
Okay.
collect tolls.
Who are you asking?
The innkeeper.
The innkeeper? Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Quint says, just a moment while I persuasion. Ooh. Oh, not so bad. He says, my dear tavern keep, we are travelers from down south and we came across some toll collectors on the road. What can you tell me of these toll collectors, friend?
He kind of puts his hand up to his mouth and chuckles a little bit and says, "Yeah, you ran into Gizmondo and Edeltrod, didn't you? Them two have been shaking people down for months now."
Perhaps you could tell us where they hang out. We can pay them a visit when they least expect it.
And if they have any fatal food allergies?
Well, they hang out in the castle. They like to shake people down for fun. Apparently, nobody's reported it to Zobek yet because they haven't come by and stopped it. But that's not my business.
Who was the priestess that we were dealing with? What was her name? I didn't take
Lena,
good
the high
notes.
priestess of Rava.
Yes, perhaps the high
Lena?
priestess of Rava would be interested to know these things.
Melanka would
Interfering.
be more interested.
Who's Belanka?
Melanka's the city council woman that you saved.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Belanka.
Yeah, we're gonna tattle on them so bad.
We have to remember to tattletale if we get back to Zobek anytime soon.
I want
Well,
that
and
spear back.
if we pass back down this road, we can stop at the castle and shake them down, and then just threaten them with reporting them.
We can file official papers to them. You have been subpoenaed to Zobek for illegal transport. So Quint is going to say to the innkeeper, "Yes, could we get a common room for all of us for the evening?
Sure.
Someplace just to rest our weary eyes in the comfort of this inn."
5 silver. Comes with a meal.
Oh, I'll cover that for everyone. I do have some silver.
Because you're so loaded.
Yeah, I have silver pieces.
The performance role was because Lascar was composing and performing a song about the two Griffin riders that was both suggestive and rude.
It's very popular.
Nice.
You can tell everybody in the room is very familiar with their antics.
It's got a very catchy jingle to it, easy lyrics.
All right. So for the common room, it's upstairs in the inn. The downstairs is kind of the food and drink area. There's one large room. You don't get the room to yourself. There's probably about 15 other travelers there, but they have little cots, and each of you can have a little cot to sleep in. Most of the lice are gone. They have been shaken out this week.
Free snacks in the bed, yay!
Oh yeah, Blink will go to town.
All right. Nothing happens overnight. It's pretty smooth, and on the next day, you guys can head out again. As you get back out on the road, I want to make sure everybody's had a long rest. Let me delete. I thought that was going to be a combat, but you guys.
Should have taken a 10 gold, then we would have killed their ass.
They kind of wanted a fight. They wanted a fight. They were trying to goad you into fighting, but you agreed to pay and give them that magic item. So.
Let me remind you, if anybody needs to do any kind of negotiation, let me do a quick little prayer before you do.
Sometimes negotiation isn't a spur of the moment. Asking for God's blessing before we have a conversation may be difficult, but does sound very enlightening.
All right. The next few days of travel tend to go pretty smooth as you leave Obertal, kind of head off a little bit further, and you get near to Silbertal. And on day 8, after a long day of tough travel through the trails, you're looking around and you finally find a good place to set up camp. Next day's journey is going to be a fairly long journey upward and over the ridge of a mountain. So as a group, you decide you're going to set up camp at the base of this trail. And despite being summer, it's still very cold up here. And there's a light snow falling, leaving just kind of a thin, chilly blanket over everything. And
As we set up camp, I'm going to do Divine Sense.
okay, and what's that do?
Pretty map.
Yeah, look at that fancy snowfall.
Yeah.
Just lets me know if there's any kind of fiends or celestials, undead, that type of thing within 60 feet of me.
Okay. So its duration is end of next turn. All right, so it's a 1-round thing.
Right. Just a quick, is there anything hiding in the bushes while we're setting up camp?
Okay. I've unlocked maps, unlocked the tokens. So feel free to move around and situate yourself as you would for camp.
I think we would have a fire, so maybe What do you guys think? Like a fire, like in the corner over here?
Yeah, sure.
Keep those
Sounds good to
get
me.
those rocks kind of warm, and then we can kind of huddle around
These
the fire.
cliffs all along that you're up near, they're fairly high. They're a good 30 feet up. The trail is relatively steep as it goes up. Give me just a second. I'm prepping something.
And why don't we take a 10-minute break and let him set all this up? And
Yeah, it's a good spot.
and when we come back, we can see what we're doing with our s'mores, because I'm sure that's what the DM plans when he made this map, is we're gonna make s'mores.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. That'll put us at 21:37. I'm gonna say. Start that and turn off some voices and go to the slideshow. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go
There's
away.
your campfire.
Oh, why is it way up in the air like that?
Where did you want it?
All right, oops. I can't drag it.
No, it's an image.
Right where I'm pointing. Right.
There?
Yeah, there. Perfect.
Sounds good.
We'll be back. Don't go away. If you do, come back. All right, break is over.
All right. So you
Everybody
guys
back.
have set up camp, and you are all getting ready for a good night's sleep when from further up the hill, you hear, and the
So was my
sound kind of
check
just,
negative then?
your check returned nothing. Yeah, your check returned
Okay.
nothing. And the sound just kind of reverberates and echoes off the walls of this little area where you're at.
I'm gonna need to feed Tyrion.
The stomach.
And you hear the sound of something very heavy, feet crunching, as it appears to be coming down the side of the mountain. I enter you in a position to spot. Yeah, unnamed is. So, unnamed, this is what you see. Coming down the side of the mountain, being escorted by two of these.
That sound is these giant ogre creature with these little shaman things. Come gather your stuff.
And with that, I'm going to roll for initiative.
Oh, I was going to make the same ogre noise. Right back at him.
Are they within 60 feet?
You got to remember they are up considerably. So they
Oh.
you have to consider the distance of going up here and then back here and then up here. It'd be difficult to target them directly with the size of the cliff in front of you. And as the rest of you, go ahead.
I wanted to do my divine sense to see if they were within 60 feet, to see if they were undead or fiends.
Okay, they are not. They are
Okay.
neither undead or fiends. And so the rest of you, are you going to come out to hit at the unnamed's warning?
Yeah, I'm gonna back up and see if I can see.
I'm going to try to hide in that little rock outcropping I was taking a poop in.
Okay, so this is what you see. Coming down the mountain, this giant hulking thing with what looks like a litter carried on its back, and you see several goblins inside it, normal looking goblins kind of inside this carrying litter. One of the goblins looks a little different. It's a little odd, and he looks like that. And in front of this giant ogre thingy are two of these little tiny goblins. They are carrying scimitars. So we are going to start initiative. With last call.
Okay. They're not. I don't know that they're close enough for me to do anything yet. So I'm just going to give Terry and Bardic inspiration and take the dodge action.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of let them have a chance to come down the mountain a bit. Rather fight them down on this flat area if we can. I might just take, oh, I can't quite get there. I might just kind of come up here a little bit and just kind of wait.
Okay. So this guy is riding in the litter of the being carried by the ogre. And he pulls out a short bow and he sends a shot off to the unnamed. Now he's going to have a -2 on that. He's going to take a shot at you. And thunk, it lands kind of right by your feet, completely missing you. This guy is also going to take a shot at the unnamed because you're kind of standing out in the open. So he's also going to have a -2.
Point back to Quint and Blank, giving them options.
You are actually to the point where they have disadvantage for long range.
And it's
They're
dark
beyond
out,
the range of their bow.
and Quint's a shadow fae, so you probably don't really see him too well.
Yeah. So he has disadvantage, which you're very lucky at because he dropped a 20. And another arrow goes whizzing by and misses.
Well, Quint sees these arrows coming, and he has a bow of his own, except his is a longbow, so I won't be at disadvantage for range. But where could I move to get a good shot at one of those bow shooting goblins? They got cover up in
So
that thing?
the goblins that had the bows are in the litter, and so they're going to have 3/4 cover. They're going to have superior cover
Wow.
while they're inside there. You can shoot at the ogre, obviously, or you can shoot at the other 2 goblins. They won't have cover.
Oh, the scimitar. I think I'm going to take a shot at the ogre.
Okay. You'll need to move over just a little bit. The hill here is kind of blocking. It's a good 30 feet up.
Let's
So you'll need
see
to
what
move
my
left just a little
movement
bit
is.
to get a clearer shot.
So it's like 30 over to there. I think I'm going to start moving across. I want to get on the other side, so I'm going to start moving that way and take a shot as I go.
Okay.
Do I have the ogre targeted? Yeah. So let me give him a shot with this bow. Longbow. Wasn't prepared to fight. I don't know what I was doing. I was streaming stuff. Alright, here we go. Longbow, twang. Shit. My string, I don't have my string on. It's like, damn it.
You're holding it upside down again.
I got stupid bow. It had it in its case. I'm fumbling around. Yeah, I'm good right there. I'm kind of trying to draw a little bit of attention off of unnamed too, like running across there. You know what I mean? Like, get behind cover.
I want to say a quick prayer and nod to Tyrion. So he'll have
Thank you.
protection again. So if he gets hit,
Oh shit.
he can remove 1d4 damage.
Gorgio bought Quinn to teleport on the map.
All right. So let's roll what direction? So Quint gets teleported to there.
Like, I told you to take cover. Where are you going? As he runs the other way. I do probably have some cover there, though.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to untarget for you.
I'm going to run up to the rocks and sort of
Thanks, Gorgio.
lean
That
back
kind of
against
helped.
them.
Okay.
I'm in my full clerical vestments, so sort of stand out against the dark rocks.
Like a glowing, like a glow stick.
Okay. So this guy starts gibbering in Goblin. You're not quite sure what he's saying, but he is going to come over here. To there. Actually, he's going to come right to there and drops prone.
Like on purpose? Does he look like he died
On
there?
purpose.
Or does he slip and fall?
Yeah, he's kind of right near the edge. Kind of got a head peeking right near the edge. He's dropping prone right there. And this guy kind of does the same thing, except he's going to come. Going to come to right there. So they will have 3/4 cover if you're
Shooting up there?
Yeah, trying to shoot up there.
All right, Blink is gonna move up. Yeah, I'm gonna move all the way up to there. Excuse me. And then he reaches into his pack and he pulls out a small clockwork device with legs and sets it on the ground. John, did you have a token ready for this by any chance?
This was.
The Eldritch Cannon.
Yeah, where did I put it? I have one.
But while you're you're grabbing that, this this cannon thing, he sets it on the ground, and he has not prepared any of you for this. The cannon targets each of you in turn and blasts this like green goop all over you. Like, you know, Quint is probably like looking up there and like gets hit in the side of the head with this green goop. You know, and you know, Last Caw gets like hit in the back. And as this goop hits you, you can feel it kind of you know, invigorate you a little bit, and everybody's gonna get some temporary hit points from this.
Quint's like, no time to be playing with your toys as he gets
There
splattered
you go.
in the.
There's your cannon.
Sweet. All right, and then
Oh,
everybody...
it's a little cannon. Blow it up real big.
It's one of those desktop ones or whatever that shoots.
That's in his hand.
Shoots a little BB. Pink. You like pull the little thing on the back and go twink. Seven.
How
temporary
big is
hit
this thing?
points. Nice.
It is a small object.
Small object.
Yeah.
also a trunk.
That should have given you control of the Eldritch Cannon.
I see it. Thank you. Oh, great. Yeah. Thanks for.
So
putting that
it stays when it's done.
It does. Yes.
Cool. I feel like I've been violated and inspired all at once.
All right. So this guy is going to ready an action because you guys are all hidden from it right now. It's going to ready.
Let's do a map on multiple levels, the DM says.
Yeah.
Might as well have 2 maps. Oh, the ogre. He's like...
And then the ogre screams again and comes running down. Where's
Howda. His name is Howda.
Howda? And when he comes running down, he actually moves pretty quick. All the others are moving with him.
You need to learn me how to do that. I never can get it right. Man, if we had a ranger with spike growth. Yeah.
And it gets to there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a speed of 80, and he took the dash action.
A speed of 40.
So how is our
and he took the
visibility
dash. If he has a
for it
Speed of
speed
now?
of
40.
80, we're toast.
Speed of 40 with the dash action. There we go. Now they all moved over.
Oh, you had to accept them all like that?
Yeah, that was annoying. I had to accept each one individually.
You might as well just drag them then.
Pictured like the cartoon thing where he ran and then there was like a smoke shape like him, and then all the other guys just kind of like whooped.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo.
So Quint can see them, but what about the rest of us? Can we see them and they see us?
Yes.
It's enough moonlight.
There's a little bit of a rock in your way. This kind of is still in the way of like last call. It would be in the way of him. But they're pretty large and they're coming down quick. Let's see, is anybody in range? So let's see. So Quint is the only one. Okay, so this little guy, the weird looking goblin, he kind of chuckles and laughs in this high pitched voice and casts a spell towards Quint. Oh, wait, no, it's not just Quint. It's everybody within 10 feet. So that would be all of you except Last Call.
So glad I was pooping.
Suck it up, last call. There's spellcasting going on.
Almost finished.
Are you like a miter bird? Like you only have like a 3-second digestive tract. You feed them and they shit right then.
I'm a bird who only eats alcohol.
That's a miter bird. Hut.
So who
wisdom.
succeeded and who failed? The cannon is irrelevant.
The Nilbok. Quint failed. Unnamed succeeded. And Tarion succeeded. Blink failed,
So
and
Blink and Quint, it looks like, were the only two failures.
oh, the cannon.
So
Yeah.
as he casts this spell down towards you, and you feel this weird mental fog just kind of wash over you as you succumb to the confusion spell. And you are confused. And as that, you cannot take reactions. Let's see. And then on your turn, you roll a d10 to determine your behavior for that turn. So let me.
The table's in the table. If you open them up.
So for the two of you that are confused, that's the confused behavior table that you'll roll on until you're no longer confused. Where's... I don't have the... Too many effects. So that was Quint and Tarion, right?
Blink.
Quint and Blink. Okay, I'm just gonna have to manually add that effect to you. All right, so he cast that, and then Giggles, and oh, there isn't a... So Quint.
All right. Well, let me roll on this table. Doesn't move or take actions this turn.
So you decide to just sit there and pick your nose, and
Quint's like, I don't feel right. Something's not quite right. Did say couldn't talk.
Mhm.
Do you get a roll, or are you just free?
Yes, at the end of each of your... Let me double check that. At the end of each of its turns, you get to make another save. So let me push that on you.
I still don't feel any
And
better.
you fail again.
Okay, so you guys are all gonna kind of hear Tyrion muttering to himself and kind of slapping his face, like, get angry, get angry. He's been kind of mellow for a while. You guys kind of forgotten how. And so I think he's gonna move. Yeah, if I can move up here, I'm not behind this rock at all. I'm gonna move here and throw. Can I see him pretty well to throw a javelin at him, or should I maybe move up one like here?
Yeah, you can see him fine from there.
Okay, I'm gonna try to throw a javelin at him.
At the ogre? Or
Yes,
one of the
sorry,
goblins?
I just him. You're supposed to know who that was.
Okay.
She said it with a capital H, so I don't know what the problem was.
Why did you have disadvantage? Oh, long range?
Because
Long range.
I'm too far away. Yeah, my javelins
Right.
aren't that far. So, And then I'm gonna move back next to Laska, try to. Well, actually, you know what? I don't love all being in a crowd because that's how we got in trouble before. I'm gonna move like out a little bit. Oh well, let's see. I had 15 was here.
Here.
Yeah, that was. So I could go like here, and then I'm done.
Okay. All right. So this thing looks down and sees Lascaw, and you can't really see him from where he's at, but he gets this strange looking grimace on his face as if he's concentrating really intensely as he sticks his head over the ledge. And Lascaw, you feel like something is stabbing into your brain.
Does my ring of mind shielding help with that at all, or no?
Let me take a look at it. I don't think so. Yeah, so it doesn't prevent psychic damage. And this is a psychic attack. So that does not actually help you.
He doesn't hear in your brain that you're in pain. Telepathically.
Right, so he does that to you. Let's see if you resist, and you fail, taking some psychic damage,
Ooh.
which is reduced to nothing as your cannon-induced gooped temporary hit points
Goop shrivels
suck
up and
that all
falls
up.
off of him.
All right, so this goblin sees Tyrion sticking out in the middle of nowhere, and you're within range now, so he's going to take a shot at you with his short bow, chuckling gleefully. Did he have two people targeted? Yeah, he had the unnamed accidentally targeted. Either way, he misses Tyrion as the arrow goes skittering by in the snow.
Oh, good. I don't move or take actions, so that probably includes bonus actions, doesn't it?
Yes.
Which means I cannot command my cannon to do anything. So I think I'm done.
All right, I will push you that roll, which you fail.
With a 1. I failed hard.
Ouch. And remember, you all should start with inspiration.
Oh.
All right, so I'm going to pray again, and oh, I don't know what kind of action it is, but let me 400 windows open. 1 second.
I know the feeling.
All right, so I'm going to run over.
Da, 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 da.
Soft shoe number.
To there.
Whoa.
Damn it. No, hold on a second.
Well, I don't know. Those dance moves were pretty fly.
That's right. They won't be expecting that, that's for sure. So I'm going to run over here to behind the rock.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have my hook in hand, ready in action to where if something gets next to me, I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Sorry about taking so long, guys.
No problem.
No worries.
Okay. Now, I wanted to do a couple things, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to. So I want to. The first thing is basically I'm going to try to run across and do Crown of Madness on the ogre, but I wanted to do this for its saving roll against it. And I also wanted to use my inspiration on my attack roll because I want to make sure it hits. Am I allowed to do both things?
The luck stealer is a reaction.
Yeah, but it would be when he does his saving roll. Oh, it has to be with advantage. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna.
reaction generally you can't use on your turn. It's
Okay.
always on somebody else's turn.
Sorry about that.
Not necessarily. Counterspell's a reaction that you can use on your turn.
No, only
Yeah.
as a reaction from another reaction, though.
Yeah. You're reacting to
Yeah.
them counterspelling your counterspelling.
All right. Well, I'm still going to
Infinite
do
counterspells.
inspiration to try to get this. I'm going to stop there, try to do Crown of Madness, and then keep going.
Okay. Oh, give yourself advantage. So roll. Well, he failed. So he failed his saving throw. It's not an attack roll. You wouldn't use your inspiration to give him disadvantage.
Okay.
But he failed anyway. So Crown of Madness. Can you put that in the chat?
Sharing is caring. Charmed.
There's a spell token, but I'm not sure if I need it for this.
I'm gonna let you take that back because it only applies to humanoids, and ogres are not humanoids.
Oh, I've always heard. Sorry. When I looked up the spell, they specifically said using it against ogres. Sorry about that.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to do Vicious Mockery then.
Ogres are listed as type giant.
Oh, yeah. I
not,
trust you. You're the
humanoid.
DM. I did bad research.
How about goblins? Are they considered humanoids?
Goblins are goblinoid. They are not humanoid.
So Crown of Madness is useless. I just thought it was anything that had like legs and arms.
No, it's humans, elves, dwarves, all of those kinds of things that fall into the humanoid category. 5e has a specific category for things that are humanoid.
Almost no damage.
Almost max damage.
Oh, sorry. I looked at the die at the wrong time. And I just had to take Crown of Madness off him. All right. Sorry about that.
Right. So these are going to come running down. Just going to move him. and comes down to the foot of the trail and comes right up to Tarion. And the rest of these 4 are, come on, I'm supposed to grab all of them. They're gonna be here. He runs down to Tarion, screaming as he goes. And he's carrying in his hands this giant mace. And he swings it at you. And why did he have vicious mockery? So he had disadvantage thanks to last call. And he smacks it down to the ground, leaves this giant hole in the snow where his mace hit.
Whatever you said really affected him. Now he's gonna be crying himself to sleep tonight.
He's just very sensitive, even though he's big and scary. It makes him sad when people make fun of him.
This goblin is going to take a look at Lascaw sitting there and shoot him with his short bow. Twang, and he hits for a 3 damage. What was that error?
Didn't show on our end.
It's something in the stats. That was weird. This goblin is going to take a shot at the unnamed. Again with a short bow. Twangs and hits. Again, rolling 1s for damage. And you made your concentration check, but I would have let you keep it anyway because it didn't do any damage. Eldritch Cannon. That goes on your turn, right?
He does, and he's doesn't do anything this turn anyway. So.
Okay. So this thing comes down to here. And are any of you in range? Yeah. So he targets you, Blink, and again tries to push his thoughts into your head. Why did that roll twice? You succeeded on your roll. So you should only take half damage. So I'm going to roll it out here. So yeah, you were... Did you damage the other one? Anyway.
Does that proc a roll for confused? Attacking?
What do you mean?
He's got confusion on him. Does that...
Oh, Blink. Yes, you should...
Do I get another save?
Yeah. Does that pop on?
Well, it's at the end of your turn. Didn't we do it at the end of your last turn?
Right, but some
Oh, yeah.
spells, if you're attacked, you get to roll the save too.
Oh, yeah,
Especially
no.
a charm kind of spell.
Nope. Only at the end of each of your turns. So this little guy decides he wants to get personal with Tarion and start teasing him and calling him shorty and just saying some really mean things to Tarion. Why is this? And Tarion, you succeed, so you are not affected by vicious mockery.
The
The
ogre
ogre
failed
would have
though.
been. The ogre
Yeah,
was
the ogre.
offended.
I accidentally.
The ogre just gets
Yeah.
offended because his mom was whatever that was.
Huh? Who are you?
You're not my mom.
More meat for my fire.
Ugh.
Ow!
So it looks like you're gonna hit Quint.
He's gonna
All
try.
right.
Do you have a melee weapon drawn?
No. So
I guess you're trying to punch me.
It's a fist.
yeah, he's actually probably trying to like bite you. 'Cause-
Oh, does he have a bite?
Dinner.
No.
You are targeting yourself. I just noticed.
Oh, and he
hit-
hit.
he
Oh my-
headbutts.
Hit-
That's a headbutt. That's a headbutt. Pop. I'm like,
Alright.
But
you
I
killed
can
some
use
of my goo.
I can use my bonus action though, right? Because it
You
just
can.
says the
It doesn't say you have to.
Uh-huh.
No, but I want to use it for something else,
Ah.
not to attack you. So I will use my bonus action then, since I still have that, to command the cannon, which he'll move a little closer to Tarian, so he's in range, and then give out some more temporary hit points.
I like that you have a healing gun.
Come on, better than 6. Better than 6. Come on. I could use another one. Oh,
How's 11? Is that
11.
good?
Yeah, that gives me a few.
Nice. Now that doesn't stack, does it?
No, they just
My
add.
seven.
No.
Yeah, so now I'll have 11 instead
Yeah.
of 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If they stack, that would be insane.
Is he unnamed within range?
No,
No.
it's a 10-foot range on that. So, and then the cannon's probably gonna. I'll have the cannon back up a little more. Try to keep it out of the way. And then I guess I'm done. I would like to use my inspiration on this roll at the end of my turn, John.
Okay.
Smart.
Go ahead and mark advantage on your end.
Got it.
And
Alright.
you succeed. Both would have worked, but that's all right.
Get mad.
Oh yeah, I'm flying into a rage. You know, that guy was making fun of me, and even though it didn't really affect me, I was just more irritated. It's like, be cool. Don't call names.
Yeah, that's my job.
And then I can't really reach any of these little goblins that are riding him, can I? They're kind of out of my
No.
melee.
Yeah, they are up in the little litter carrier that he's hauling.
All right, so that means I'm going for the ogre I'm just going to swat at him with my battle axe. You know, I can't reach up very high on him. I'm probably kind of going at his knee.
All right. You start chopping him down. Take out a big chunk of one knee, and he kind of lurches a little bit. And the goblins, you see them hanging on for dear life. Ah! Right, Mr. Plus Size Bandana. He's going to continue to take a shot at Last Call. And he hits. Ooh, for 7 points. That is getting annoying. I'm getting errors in the stat extension. Quint.
That's confusion roll. Gwydidin. I can't even say it. Gwydion, what's up, man? Thanks for the cheer bits. Yeah, and I didn't catch that, but Engorgio bought advantage for the Hillbach.
All right. I will remember that on its turn.
And on my confusion, I am going to act and move normally this round. And so I want to drop my bow, plop, draw my short sword, And Misty Step inside with the goblins. And attack the Nilbog using sneak attack. And if I need to use my bonus action, that is my bonus action, is the Misty Step.
Wait, you're Misty
Let's
stepping
see.
into.
Yeah, inside. I'm joining the
You won't really
goblins.
fit terribly well.
That's their
It's a
problem.
little litter, and it's got 4 goblins in there packed
All
in
right,
there.
so how about on the top?
You could. You'll have to give me a acrobatics check to keep from falling off.
And then I'm going
It's
to
pretty
want to
rickety.
stab down at the Nilbog from up top using sneak attack.
Okay.
Remember, I'm when I like move in darkness, I'm dim light and stuff. I can fade away and.
Yeah, it is dim.
Oh no, yeah.
It is definitely dim light here.
All right, so
All right.
acrobatics first to see how well I stand on this thing. I am trained, so I have a +6, so I'll probably be all right. Oh, I rolled a 1. But
All right. So you pop and peer up there and slip and fall down, and now
I'll
you're
activate
upside
my
down.
boots.
All right. You're upside down. Your foot's kind of caught on one of the ropes that's strapping this thing to the back of the ogre. And now you've activated your boots, and so you're kind of floating upside down with your boots trying to pick you up.
And so, can I attack?
Yeah, you can. Give yourself disadvantage.
Do I have advantage because I'm stealthy?
You're not terribly stealthy anymore. Not with the
No,
one.
flying boots on. Disadvantage on my on my attack. I'm gonna burn my inspiration to make it even.
Okay.
And let's see. Short sword. I don't use it that much. Short sword. Right there. On the Nilbog. Ooh.
That's a good solid hit. Despite being upside down and backwards and trying to fly.
I guess
All
I
right,
could have
you
just
managed to.
flew up there.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So the Nilbog, you slice at it, and you definitely feel your sword cut into it. And then as it cuts into it, all of a sudden you feel something like your arm goes backwards, and as your hand goes back, the short sword goes back, and the cut that you just sliced across his chest disappears.
Like reverse time kind of thing looking deal or something?
Yeah. For just a brief second, everything kind of went in reverse, and the Nilbog is unhurt.
Oh crap. So I'm gonna like buzz back, not prone, and be above the wagon, above the roof. Is that where I'm at?
Yeah, you're up on top.
Yeah, that's good. I'm out of everything anyways. Oh, did I roll a save?
I will push that to you right now.
And I need to burn my inspiration. And a misty step. No.
And you still fail.
At least if I attack a nearby creature, it would be one of them.
Definitely. All right, so this chaos, he can't really do anything up there anymore. So he is going to slide down to here and make an acrobatics check. And he loses his footing as he tries to slide down and is going to take. That was supposed to be 2. Come on. And he actually takes 7 damage as he falls to the ground and he is prone.
Ha ha.
He thought he was going to be sneaky, and it didn't work out so well for him. So he goes tumbling head over heels down there. The unnamed.
All right, so I come running up, and I will reach out to Tyrion. Come, little friend. Show them what an angry halfling can do, and I will give him some Cobalt Fury.
Thank you.
So he's got Barbarian Rage and Kobold Fury.
Cultural appropriation.
So he has advantage until the end of his next turn, and if his next successful attack will do against a creature larger than himself will do 2d8 additional damage.
Nice.
Man, I'm just so angry right now.
Does he have to yep like a cobalt does? Yeah, yep.
Did that
The
apply
rage
to
of
you?
a threatened kobold. Love it.
I didn't see anything in the combat tracker apply.
Looks
Yeah,
like
it applied to Tyrion.
Okay, excellent. I can't see him.
They're just...
Awesome.
I can just see the component, you sneaking behind Blink and yanking off one of his scales for the component.
Since I don't know what the cannon does, I'm going to. That'll be it.
The
I'll
cannon gave you
wait
some
there.
goop. Or is that 4 points from you? Oh yeah, you didn't get any goop yet, did you?
I didn't get any extra goop this time.
This guy just saw his buddy go tumbling down, so he's not going to be that stupid. He's going to come over here and then use his action to try and jump down. Now he is also going to he's going to just use that to carefully climb down. So he'll end his turn. This guy, who does he want to target? Let's see. He is going to target Lascaw as he gets turned around in this random ogre's backpack. Takes a shot at Lascaw and misses. Why did he roll twice? Why did he get disadvantage? Ranged in melee. Because Quint is too close to him. So he's trying to do ranged combat while Quint is bothering him.
I do kind of thread that square, maybe weakly.
You certainly do. Yeah, no.
I like that extension. I don't use it, but it appears to be working properly.
Yeah, I actually rather like it. So the ogre continues yelling, and he swings his mace again at Tyrion. It's a little target, but he's going to try again. And actually brings it down right in between Tyrion and the unnamed, spraying you both with loose snow and wet slush. But he can't do anything.
Sorry about this, Quint, but I'm hoping that we get to hear 4 goblins go pop as he falls over laughing.
Quint's flying, so you're all right.
All right. I just didn't know.
His little boots are like...
As a bonus action, I'm going to give myself a healing word.
I think you applied those to the wrong. You applied those to yourself instead of to the ogre. The prone, incapacitated, save end, whiz DC.
Huh. I dragged them to him, I thought. I only dragged the concentrate. Oh well, I'll fix it.
And you can't cast another spell on your turn if you cast Tasha's
Okay,
after already.
that's fine. I'm just going to run away then.
Sorry.
No.
Timber.
Yeah, if you apply that to the ogre, and
It
then I'll
looks like
need
it's
your.
applied to it on mine. Like his effects, he's got Tasha's hideous laughter, incapacitated, and prone. I just have concentrate.
Yeah. You have.
I think the concentration is for those two. I don't know. I don't know why it did that because all I did was drag the concentration one.
So there's one. Yeah, the one. Let's see. So
So I dragged the wrong concentration. Is it or the wrong? Is the effect that says prone
yeah, that's the one
incapacitated?
you want on you. And then this last one is the one that you want actually before your DC is 13. So we just edit this. This is what allows it to automatically do all of the saves for you.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No, not a problem. There you go. So it's a single effect that has prone, incapacitated, and the automatic save end. So that on its turn, it does that.
Cool.
So does he go prone, like with all these goblins on him?
He does go prone, and as he kind of lurching and laughing and kind of completely all over the place, the goblins all fly off, and I'm gonna just throw them random squares within 5 feet of him. And Quint, you're still flying up in the air, so you're not falling down with the rest of the ogre. All right, so this guy stands up. He had been fallen prone, and he's going to use his movement to get to there. And he pulls out a little scimitar, and he's going to try and stab Blink. And hits Blink for 1, and then yeah, that's it. The Nilbog also stands up. Yes, actually, no damage. The Nilbog stands up. And laughs at. What is he doing? And laughs at Tarion. He's actually going to use. Sorry. Yeah. He is going to disengage as a bonus action. And come back here. And then starts yelling at Tarion in some weird goblinoid language.
Tarion
And
has disadvantage from Engorgio in the chat.
Tarion does?
Yes.
And the Nilbog had advantage a while back. Right?
Ah, so it's even Stevens.
Yeah, they both kind of get used up. So with that, he is going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at you, Tarion.
So does that get rid of the confusion then?
Yeah, it would. Yep. He breaks concentration. So
Nice.
remove
High
that from
five.
Quint and blink. And Tyrion, you make your saving throw, so you are not affected.
Yeah, even with disadvantage.
Thanks, Gorgio.
He's still laughing
'cause
at
you're
the ogre, though.
chaotic.
Thanks a lot.
He says because I'm chaotic.
We're all laughing at the ogre, just not hideously.
There's a lot of laughing going on. How can you not start to
Definitely.
laugh with all this laughing going on? And vicious mockery and goblin squeaking.
All right.
No longer confused.
Yeah.
Blink's in melee.
I know, it's so confusing. I don't know what to do. All right. So,
Hit
I
him in the
think
right eye, then he can't see you no more.
I'm gonna try to shocking grasp this guy that I'm in melee with, so I can get out of melee.
Is this the first time you've ever been in melee?
No, I have before too. But he misses.
All right, you reach out to grab it and end up just grabbing a little piece of his club, which doesn't conduct electricity.
Well, that's all right. So the cannon, I'll tell it to move up to there, and then I will move around to there, so I'm within range. And that way the cannon can give me some temporary hit points as well. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good roll. All right, the Chaos Spawn Goblin. He sees what's going on, and he's going to move down to there. And he has his scimitar out, and he's going to start slicing at Tyrion as he slings. Whoa, what did that do? Oh, he shouldn't have targeted last call. But he missed Tyrion anyway. And, oh, he's not supposed to be prone. That's all right. He missed Tyrion, and so that'll be the end of his turn. So this goblin, he's stands up, and he takes a step forward. And he tries to swing at the unnamed with his little scimitar. And he can't. These guys can't hit anything. And he's going to disengage as a bonus action and take a step back and come over here. All right. So this guy manages to stand up, and he's going to take a step closer to Blink. And he pulls out his scimitar and makes a slash. So he hits Blink.
He's still prone.
Oh, is he prone too? All right, so he slashes him a second time. And that one hits for a little bit of damage. You guys are finally starting to get a little damage. This guy is far enough away. He's going to run down here.
Is a plus
And
size
target the
banana
unnamed.
actually like a hammock? A banana hammock?
Plus size bandana.
It's like a banana hammock.
He's just got this really overly large bandana wrapped around his head. He takes a shot at the unnamed with his short bow, missing, skipping right over the top of Tyrion's head and flying off into the middle of nowhere. Quint from 20 feet up.
Well, Quint is going to take advantage of this ogre laying on his face below him with sneak attack, dropping down, stabbing him with his short sword. And on his way down, he's going to pull out on his other hand his dagger. So he's going to stab at the ogre. Should have advantage. And I should do crit damage because he's incapacitated, correct?
Correct.
How come it didn't give me my sneak attack? I should apply that. And let me roll damage with short sword or a long. Oh, it's because I rolled a longbow to hit. That's why. Durr.
That'll do it. It's giving you ranged in melee. It gave you disadvantage on that.
Look at those crappy ones. What the hell? How come it didn't give me crit?
That's weird.
He gets another saving throw now.
Yeah, I could do my luck stealer thing now though, because he'll have advantage because it was triggered by damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to push the saving throw onto him? Ah, he succeeds.
I wanted to do that luck stealer thing though, where I would have I roll a bardic inspiration die and I get hit, like he doesn't get advantage, and then whatever my bard roll is, he is a penalty.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your bardic inspiration die. If it's 2 or higher, he fails.
Which is there a button for that, or do I just roll the d?
Just roll a d6. All right, so he fails.
Cool, and I get inspiration again.
And Quint is going to finish his move on top of that rock. But he's going to take a quick stab with his dagger as a bonus action on this Nilbog. He didn't quite understand what happened last time, but this time he's got his silver dagger out, so he doesn't know if that matters. Ooh.
Ooh, critical hit. All right. You stab this thing right down through its head. You feel the dagger pierce right through the top of his head and go down. You actually see the tip of the dagger extend below its chin. And then your hand reverses and the dagger pulls right out and the wound closes up. And he does not appear hurt at all.
Quint says, "This thing isn't taking damage." And I'm done.
So is the ogre still being affected by the Tasha's hideous laughter?
Yes.
Okay. I am gonna try to swat at him with my battle axe. Yeah, right in a soft spot. Because last time I did, well, when I did the damage, it seemed like it took. I don't know if my magic battle axe or.
Well, the ogre's been taking damage.
Oh, it's the other guy.
Nilbog that you have not seen take any damage.
Gotcha.
Right, so you get the extra damage.
Yes.
Is
You
it
get an automatic crit.
something that Quint would know not to attack the ogre because he's got a spell on him or something?
Oh.
Well, and I get the extra 2d8 still from whatever spell that was that
Yes,
the
Cobalt
name put
Fury
on
for
me.
me.
Oh yeah, the Cobalt Fury. So
That's no longer on your character. Did that expire? What's the?
It's on there. Cobalt's Fury, advantage, damage,
I just
2d8
Oh, yeah.
I just
for 1
added
round.
it right
So that's
now.
automatic.
Oh.
Do you want her to roll the damage again?
Or redrag it. Maybe it would do it. No, I don't think it will.
Oh yeah. The go ahead and roll just 2d8 in the chat. Actually 3d8 because you also get automatic crit damage.
4 then? Wouldn't it be double?
10.
Yeah, it
10.
would.
Can I get 10 d8, please?
One more d8. All right, 14.
yeah, I'll take that.
So that's the 4d8 from the spell, and she would still get 1 more d8 from her battle axe for critical damage.
Yeah. Well, she rolled the 1d8 previously.
Yeah, it already got that damage. It's already bleeding from it.
2.
All right.
All right, and then
Ouch.
Wow.
So 28 damage. You practically cut his leg off. So last call, would you push that saving throw again, since he does get to save? And he fails again. He's just too busy
nice.
giggling. He thinks it's hilarious that this little halfling is chopping him up into pieces.
Ah! You hear crying and laughing at the same time.
All right. So this guy just kind of turns around and laughs at you, Quint,
I'm like
for
up on
daring
the
to.
rock above him.
How high up are you?
Oh, I'm within 5 feet though.
Within 5 feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're threatening each other. I just stuck him from up there, so.
So as a bonus action, he's going to disengage and move back over here.
Where you going, scaredy cat?
And he laughs at you again and waves this weird little wand thing in his hand. It looks kind of like a jester's scepter. He kind of looks like a court jester now that you think about it. As you
Wait,
fail
you had
on
him targeted too. I don't know why.
Oh, accidentally had him targeted. Quint fails on his wisdom saving throws and just finds this whole situation utterly hilarious as he succumbs to Tasha's hideous laughter.
Now I get it. You can't kill him. That's what's funny. You can't kill him.
All right, so this guy is going to take a stab at you, Blink. Hit for tiny bit of damage, and then disengage as a bonus action and run back over here.
I think I'm going to try to finish this guy off with a nice cold beer.
It's a Coors. It's from the mountains.
Just chuck the can of beer at him.
Alcohol poisoning.
As your freezing cold blast of ale tears right down his throat, chokes him, closes up his throat because he can't handle that much beer, and he drops dead. Well, he flops around a little bit because he was already on the ground.
I'm just trying to wedge myself in those rocks to be out of immediate goblin attack. And then
Okay.
I'll have my turn. I took down the biggest one. You guys clean up for me.
All right, so I'm going to work my way around through everybody's square.
We're gonna eat well tonight, guys.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. And then I'm going to hit this thing.
The rip thing, that's the death token one that Manicuri's been using. Extension. Ingorgio asked where you got it from.
What RIP thing?
Your tombstones.
Tombstone, rest in peace.
Oh. Yeah, that's Celestian's extension. It just puts a little tombstone on dead creatures.
It was broken for a while, and now it works again.
All right, so not a whole lot of damage, but hopefully enough to give Blink a little bit of respite, as this thing now has a new, larger opponent to face. So I run around, smack him.
All right, let's see here. How high up is Quint?
5 feet.
Okay. So I might be able to use the cannon to heal you. But just to give you a little bit of
to heal Quint.
temporary.
I don't think you're a doctor.
I might be able to. Well, you already have 11 temporary hit points, don't you? Never mind. You don't really need any. So Blink is just gonna go after this this guy that's right next to him.
Ah.
So I totally forgot that I have blindsider, so I should have had advantage on that attack because one of
All
my.
right, go ahead and re-roll it.
Oh my gosh!
Fortunately, you didn't fumble.
Yes, fortunately there are no fumble tables.
All right, well let's just have the Eldritch Cannon give out some temporary hit points, and then be done.
Wait, it took one away. What the hell? No, I'm kidding.
All right. So this guy, he's going to attack Tyrion. First, he's going to. He doesn't like being so close to the unnamed. He's going to bonus action disengage and step around to here. And then he's going to attack Tyrion once and twice with his scimitar. Missing both times, just can't hit anything as Tyrion's muscles flexed and blade just bounced right off.
I like that he ran away from the skinny, like, religious figure to beat up on the tiny, muscle-bound freak that just cleaved an ogre's head in half.
His poor decisions. They're a little chaotic.
Yes. They're not the brightest little goblins.
Can I see the Nilbog if I go there?
Yeah.
All right. So my plan is to cast Sleep in a way that only hits him because I want to make sure that he sleeps.
Okay.
Should I draw that still? I can.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah, you can easily target just him.
Come on. He's only got 1 hit point. You just can't kill him. No, I don't know.
19. You are successful. He falls asleep.
Nice.
Not even a save, right? It's just
a hit point allocation.
All right. He falls asleep.
All right, guys. I took care of the 2 biggest threats. If you guys can't mop up, I don't even know why I'm adventuring with you jerks. See why your rat friend died. I swear to God. And then you hear him complain as he walks around the corner.
So his concentration's broke then.
Does last call have inspiration?
I do. I stole it actually from somebody. So
So I'm no longer laughing because he's sleeping, right? I mean, I might be laughing because
That
he's
is
asleep. So
that
if
is
you
yeah,
could,
you're still laughing at him, but his spell is no longer in effect.
well, Quinn's gonna do a little. He's gonna just kind of do a flip off of this rock and stand up as he lands in this square. Actually, I want to be in that square just because I like it.
Okay.
And he's gonna stab at this morose jaunt with his short sword. And hits.
All right. Describe this.
So he like rises up from behind it and he just shoves his short sword like through its rib cage and twists it around and kind of pulls it back out and flops it to the ground and says, "These things are annoying." Let's see, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't get to anyone else unless I use a bonus action, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to move over here as my. Actually, no, I'm just going to move right here and pass my turn.
Okay.
Finish my move there.
The Nilbog is snoring as everybody laughs at it.
I'm like checking the ogre. I kick him. Make sure he's dead.
So Pierce's left eye isn't actually in a square if you care. And it matters because I'm going to go run it behind him.
Okay, now he's in a square.
Did you draw this?
This map? No.
Yeah.
This was from one of the patrons. Patreon.
I like how
All
they
right, so on
drew
a
in the
sudden
little.
burst of speed, he's going to whip around behind him, sort of sliding in the snow, and slash at him with my hook.
They sound like Speed Racer. Oh, Speed Racer.
Oh, nice.
27 armor class. Good lord. We just can't roll over a 1 for damage to save our lives tonight.
Yeah, there's been
But
a
again,
lot of
it's
low
at least
rolls.
stopping him from shooting his bow.
That it is. Speaking of which, he turns around and stabs at you with his scimitar. He doesn't like being snuck up on. It's no longer target blank. And you duck and dodge out of the way, and he is going to disengage as a bonus action and come on over here.
And he dropped his bow, correct?
Yeah, he's out of arrows. This guy is going to take a shot at Quint with his short bow. Hits Quint.
You've killed more of my goop.
Ends up getting caught in his cloak and doesn't really actually do anything to him. This guy is going to take a shot at Tarion. And he misses.
All right, I'm gonna go after this guy in the colored dress.
Looks like Wilma from the Flintstones. Nice.
And I just go, that's what you get.
All right. So these guys are not having the greatest luck. So he's going to run up to Quint and try to stab at him with his scimitar. Finally hitting,
Ooh.
doing max damage as some of it is still absorbed, and then disengaging as a bonus action and running back over here.
You killed all my goop. You will perish after this guy. And I'm going to move over and stab at this colored dress fella with my short sword. And I hit. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. And bonus action dagger to that guy. Ah! It's like, leave my skinny friend alone.
So you come running by and you just gut the little creepy goblin and swing by and slip a little bit and swipe at this other one with your dagger, and it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he kind of spins, has his cloak kind of twirl around so he looks like shadowy.
Catching arrows as these goblins shoot at you.
Yeah. So,
All right.
it's 11:05. We want to keep going? I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Yeah,
The rest of
everybody
you
good?
want to
Yeah, finish this
little
out.
fight?
Okay.
Won't
It's
take
Friday
long.
night.
We are on the roll.
Kids
Let's
are
kill
asleep
him.
already.
Yeah, right. All right, so I'm gonna have the cannon give some temporary hit points. All right, and then Blink. So he reaches into his pack and he pulls out this glass jar that's full of less like brown stuff. And what you guys weren't aware of is that every time that monkey appeared, Blink has been collecting all of the poop, and so he has this glass jar filled with Clyde shit, and he just sets it on in the snow in front of him, and then he uses catapult to fling it at one of these goblins.
Can you play the
Nice.
music? Let's see if he hits. Clyde catapult poop in a jar. Here it is. Oh,
Ah, come on! Dang it!
dang it.
He doesn't even take half damage.
It just gets some poop splattered on his boots.
Yeah. Might
That's
make
too
him
bad.
smell better. He's pretty rank.
All right, I'm gonna go up to this guy, and I'm gonna go after him with my axe. Let out a nice roar. Oh, I can't remember. Can I use my inspiration to re-roll that? Is that a thing?
Normally you would declare that before
Oh
the
yeah,
attack
sure.
to give
No,
yourself
that's okay.
advantage.
I kind of didn't think
I'll
about it
let you
until I
just
failed.
do it at advantage, so you can go ahead and re-roll that one.
Okay.
You can burn your inspiration.
Thanks.
Nice. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
As you just rip this little goblin in half.
Well, yeah, I'm used to fighting big guys. I didn't even know my own strength there.
You were dialed into the ogre and a little bit of overkill on this thing.
Ingorgio bought me a magic item.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Do you have the table?
I do not.
Okay, I will get that for you.
He loved your Clyde catapult jar. That's why. He was making a sandwich and he kind of running in there.
All right, give us a roll on that table.
Alchemic fire would make perfect sense. Something you could chuck. A drift globe.
Ooh,
Those are kind of
That's
handy.
awesome. We need it.
there you go. I'm going to throw that into the party sheet, and you can just grab it from there.
Sweet.
Here you go.
Thanks, Ingorgio.
Yeah, thanks.
Sweet.
All right.
Fancy.
This guy is going to freak out because Quint and is coming up
You
quick
should-
on him.
You should flee now.
Oh, he plans on it because after he misses, he disengages as a bonus action and runs this way. We'll say he runs this way because
He runs off the map. Whoa, no!
he runs off the map.
I love
it's
it in
just flat
Fantasy
area.
Grounds. Yeah, I love that you can do that though.
Yeah, it's an option.
I'm going to come up behind this guy and see if I can just stab him sword style. Nope. I'm going to stick to my songs.
He laughs at you.
Well, then I succeeded.
All right. So I'm fine until I have to go off the map. There we go. So I'm going to chase after this guy.
Okay.
I have no idea what just happened, but it 45 is right next to him. I don't know
You're
how that
good.
happened.
It's probably because of the whole being off the map weirdness.
It's not really off the map. There's just an image on the grid. That's all.
It's dark. It's night, so out of here.
The
We're away
sun
from
had
the
set
fire.
on this side of the map, hasn't set quite on the rest of it.
The campfire light doesn't extend that far.
There you go.
All right. So even with my inspiration, it still failed. Sigh.
Gotta roll higher than a 5. Probably need a 6.
I had it was an 8 altogether.
Yeah, he's still snoring away.
I'm totally
And
going to
it's
take
his
his
turn again.
clothes. I'm going to wear that outfit.
His
It
little
looks comfy in
goblin
the
gesture.
snow.
All right, pierced left eye is going to target the unnamed. Not Quint, the unnamed. It's gonna come on. There. Stab at you and completely miss.
Fudge cakes.
Disengage as a bonus action and run to there. It's going to be the can you kill him before he gets away?
Yeah, let's see.
Goes to call another Howdah.
Yeah. I'm going to move and dash
Okay.
as a bonus action. And then I'm going to try to stick him with my... Now, can I, if I were to Misty Step to him, would I have advantage? If I used a Misty Step?
How would that give you advantage? Is it part of your shadow thing?
Yeah, it's not really Misty Step. It's called, oh, that's a bonus action.
You already used your bonus action.
Well, I meant instead of the dash, I could have
Oh.
used a bonus action to Misty Step. Traveler and Dark. No, that's not it. Which one is it? Path of Shadows. While in darkness, dim light, or shadow large enough to cover your body, you can cast a Misty Step spell. No, I have to actually take hide. Alright, so I am going to just attempt to stab him.
Okay.
Oh, I get lagged out. My short sword.
Too busy running in the snow. Ended up missing.
I wanted advantage.
Around in front of him, try to block him from going anywhere.
Okay.
And as I'm running by him, slash into him with my hook.
What is it with the ones today, man?
You just sort of slowly turn from a 13 over to a 1.
I mean, in my chat box, I see 3 automatic miss runs.
All right. I don't want this guy to get away, so I'm going to take a shot at him too. I'm going to use a new ability, well, a new spell, that a cantrip that I haven't cast before. So as part of this, I just make a regular attack against him with my crossbow. So I'm going to do that first. Ah, that killed him. It doesn't even have to do the extra part.
Yep. He was pretty close to dead anyway, and you managed to pierce him right in the back of his head as he was trying to run away.
Yeah, we're like lining it up like we're getting ready to hit a home run, and a bolt comes flying out. Hits him in the back.
Out of the darkness, ping,
Yeah.
he falls down.
And then a few seconds later, after the bolt hits him, like he's lying there and the bolt is sticking straight up, the bolt opens up and these saw blades come out and just like start carving up his body.
Saw blade bolts. Love it.
All right. I'm going to try to do the stabby again with inspiration that I stole from somebody else. So. Double
Ooh,
17.
double
Nice.
There you go.
17s.
Max
Max
damage.
damage.
Oh, it's not that hard to stab things. You guys suck.
And I'm gonna say, hey, I chopped up an ogre. What's your problem?
Now help me strip and tie up this goblin.
All right, and with that, we're basically out of combat. So I've gone ahead and unlocked the tokens. The Nilbog, you'll have no trouble killing it. The thing that was making it so hard for you, Quint, to kill it, was it has a reaction that when it gets hit, it can reduce all damage to 0. But it can only do that once on any given round.
So I had to hit it twice.
Or somebody else had to hit
Yeah.
it during that round.
Nice.
It's also interesting because it can't heal. So as it takes damage, the only way it can heal is to use that reaction to be hit by something, use that reaction, and then it rolls 1d6 and regains that many hit points. Other than that, it just, yeah, it's a fun little creature.
Yeah,
If you-
Sven
Pain in the
was
ass.
talking about it the other day on his stream, actually, in Nailbox.
If you zoom in on them standing next to each other, you can see that we're basically the same. Same pose, same face.
He's just got brighter colors.
He doesn't have an ale in his hand.
Well, that's why he lost.
And Quint's
All
gonna
right, well,
pick up
thanks,
his
everybody.
bow.
Yeah, I assumed you're all going to pick up your bows and arrows and recover your ammo and all of that fun stuff. And with that,
So
we'll wrap it up for tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
do we
Anything else?
Got
do we
hit.
get anything like searching them? Do we find any valuables?
I will have that for you next time.
Thanks, John.
So
Thank you.
let's
Yeah,
take a
thank-
look at the calendar. The 29th will be Jungles of Chult, and then the 5th we're gonna be back here, Empire of the Ghouls, and tomorrow night is usually our Rob 2E stream that I'm playing in and DMing over there, but we still got a couple weeks. Sunday I'll be running Against the Giants right here, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then back here on Tuesday, Princes of the Apocalypse, session 4. We're getting there. The guys in that group are about to level 2. Uh-oh. Big level 2. But yeah, that one's fun. 8 o'clock Eastern. Almost all my times are 8 o'clock Eastern. And with that, we're gonna sign off and say goodnight. Let's see if there's somebody we should go raid real quick. You guys want to stick around for a quick raid? Yeah, let's go raid.
Appreciate your hard work, John.
Let's go
Thank you.
raid. Let's go raid our bed. That's who we're gonna go raid. Let's just say goodnight. How's that? Everybody, we're a little past.
Great idea.
Let's just go to bed. All right, we'll see you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.
No.
Night, everyone.
Go to sleep, Engorgio.